Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. Don't mind me, I'm wearing my manhood on my head. Um, so it's gonna be the new year soon. I don't care. Um, just doing I try to do the daily vlog because we're going through the best of right now. But anyway, because I haven't been using social media because I did go back on Facebook because this good-looking chick named Beth, who has an alcoholic boyfriend, wanted me to go back on Facebook because I'm funny and I roast people. And there's this guy that she doesn't like, and she likes it when I make fun of him. But anyway, I kept getting well, not kept getting, I got reported. I mean, not reported. I got what's it called when Facebook like automatically like suspends you for hate speech and all that stuff. Yeah, so like I got suspended or whatever. But anyway, it got to the point where when Facebook told me that I got banned again or suspended whatever, it had like three or four different comments. And so just like last time, I'm like, if I can't talk the way I want to talk, it's pointless. Like I'm not gonna edit the way I talk. But anyway, but yeah, so like because I haven't been on social media, I mean I have Twitter, but I don't use it. But I haven't been on social media, so I haven't seen those memes where it's like it's usually like an overweight woman like walking down some stairs and like she's like dragging like whatever like lasher behind her and she's or no or like she's like stepping over the current year and walking towards the new year and leaving all her troubles behind. So I haven't seen any of those memes, and that's the only thing I miss. So like I'm just picturing like those memes are like like goodbye COVID. Yeah, I'm leaving my ex in 2021. I'm leaving my problems, leaving my weight. But I bet you most of those memes are like leaving lockdowns behind and leaving Fauci behind and all that stuff. But I don't know if you noticed the CDC is slowly but surely walking back all the fear porn. Like they're saying like if you like only go test yourself if you're showing symptoms now, and they're trying to cut back on the fear porn and only like quarantine for 5 days instead of I forgot what they said before, but like they like cut the quarantine time in half basically. So basically they're finally admitting that we got to get back to normal. But the only problem is the media has to catch up with that. And then like Joe Biden finally said that even though Joe Biden ran on this, Joe Biden, even though I don't think he won, yes, I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people who thinks about voter fraud, and the reason why I don't vote anymore is because I think my vote doesn't count. So, like the last couple of times there was a reason to vote, I gave it to my mom. I'm like, here, you can fill this out any way you want, because you know whatever I say doesn't matter. The government's gonna put in who they want in all these positions, and all these politicians are the same. Obviously I have to tell jokes to make this funny and entertaining, so I will make fun of a president. But the if you listened, I've made fun of Trump, I've made fun of Biden, I've made fun of Bush, I've made fun of Obama. Like I don't care which side they're on because they're all the same. But anyway, but yeah, but like Joe Biden said in a, I don't know what to call it when when a house plant gives a press conference. But anyway, he was like basically the COVID's out of his hands, and it's it's the state's responsibility. But see, the thing is, every single campaign promise he had, which I never believed a word he said. That's why I didn't vote for him. What technically I didn't vote for anyone. Um, he ran on the policies of forgiving student loans. That was bullshit. He was gonna end COVID. He didn't end COVID. The only thing he did was make it worse by the doing the mandates and just stressing everyone out and making people lose jobs, and he basically shut down the country and just made things worse. And if you notice that the states that stayed open, they have lower rates of COVID than the states that followed Biden's orders. Like he literally made things worse. Like if you want the virus to like dissipate, you have to have like everyone has to get it, so they build up immunity. So the virus has to mutate because the virus wants to live. I mean, this is science stuff. You can like once again you could do your own research, but the virus wants to live. So if everyone gets immunity to like whatever form of the virus is, whatever variant, then it it mutates, and usually when it mutates, it becomes less deadly but more infectious. Like the common cold. The common cold's very infectious, but it's not deadly. You know, the flu for the most part, even though a lot of people die from the flu, but the flu is very infectious, but most people live when they get the flu. And so COVID is well, if you count this Omicron virus, it's it's very transmissible, but it has the strength of the common cold because enough people have gotten it that it has to like keep mutating. Once again, you can look up viruses and have someone who is a once again the only medical experience I have is I played a doctor on a soap opera for 4 episodes. It still means I know more than you, but I know what I'm talking about. But you should do your own research. Okay, everything I say, do your own research. But the only problem is that the media is still pushing this fear porn because there are some people like there was I saw in Washington D.C. People are people are afraid of the Omicron virus, and their hospitals are telling people to stop showing up to get tested because people are showing up to hospitals to get tested, and that's what's overflowing, crowding the hospitals. It's not patients, it's people going in to get tested, and they're making it harder for people who really have to go to the hospital to seek treatment because there's like all these other people there who just want to get tested because they're afraid because of the media. So because the CDC said what they said, which again you need to look this up on your own, about how it's not that bad, whatever. The media needs to stop trying to scare people. When the doctor who discovered the Omicron virus in South Africa, she said that it's basically the common cold. Those are her words. But for some reason, the media just ran with this. It's doom and gloom, and then it didn't help. Well, I don't think anyone listens to Biden, but Biden said that the unvaccinated are going to have a winter or Christmas, whatever, filled with death and death and despair. Once again, he's a horrible leader. And like watch how they're gonna they're gonna try to push or separate Biden from the vaccine because like Biden was trying to take credit for it, but like there's a lot of bad things happening because of the vaccine, and it's that Biden's trying to push himself away from it because he's a Democrat. And so, and then like Trump is trying to take credit for it. I saw Trump in a couple of interviews, and he's taking credit for it. And I'm like, you're falling for it. Don't take credit for it. But whatever. I mean, if Trump ran for president, he wouldn't win either because no one's good. We need someone new. But I mean, anyone's better than Biden. Obviously Trump's better than Biden. It's just that the reason why Trump lost is obviously because they cheated. I was gonna give some reasons, but the only reason why is because voter fraud. But anyway, um, I think I think if a tree stump ran for office, it would beat Biden. Like, I think if Hillary ran, she'd beat Biden. Maybe, maybe. But anyway, so this new year, it's coming up. My New Year's resolution is to use Bitcoin to pay for sex instead of cash. That's my biggest goal. Is I'm gonna stop paying for sex with cash and use Bitcoin. I don't know how to pull this off, but I'm gonna do it. I'm pretty sure. I'm a very resourceful person. I'm pretty sure I can pay for sex using Bitcoin, and if not, like I could find like a really dumb escort, or I'm using escort just because I figure that's a politically correct term. Find some crackhead on Normandy and Malcolm X, and like give her like I'm not kidding. Give her like, if I can somehow do this, like give her a bit, like a piece of a nickel or penny, like somehow like pound it out and break like a piece off, because I'm pretty sure a person like that's really stupid and probably thinks a Bitcoin is really like a bit, a small piece of a coin, and I'll just make up some story about how it's like the new currency. I mean, I'm listen. If you talk to someone as they're peaking on math, you can make them believe anything, and I trust me. Just have to find a white girl that's shaking, or like a black woman with well, actually, I wouldn't even bother. Anyway, so I remember one time, because I'm thinking of jobs. I had a friend who gave me a piece of paper, and it was of official looking piece of paper. And this is back when, well, I pretty much always have a dog job, except for now because of these current, forced rules that small businesses have. So I had to leave my small business. But anyway, I believe at the time I was a waiter. I think I was a waiter. Anyway, I had a friend who gave me a piece of paper, and I read it, and it was a job offer from this Russian company to club baby seals to make fur coats, and they paid $50,000 for a, I think, a 4 month, you know 4 month work time, because like you had to live there, in bare minimum conditions. It was like you would live on live in a God, what do you call a like a camp, but it's like a trailer. Yeah, I'm sorry, like a trailer camp near where the seals would come up on the ice bed to rest and sleep. And it was during the season where there would be a lot of them. And so anyway, it was like this 4 month thing. And this is, oh God, but it wasn't in Russia. I swear it was. I was gonna say Antarctica, but it wasn't Antarctica. But it was it was in Europe though. But it wasn't actually Russia. But it was a Russian company. Anyway, they're gonna pay $50,000 to club the baby seals, and it was like a 12-hour workday. Yeah, it was like a 12-hour workday, 6 days a week, and your job was just to club them and like drag them back, and then they had a factory, like a processing factory that would like gut them and all that stuff. But my job would be to like club them, and then like, yeah, it was all detailed. Like they have like a snowmobile with like a I don't know, like a cart. I mean, it seemed very legit. Like you club them, you drag them to one area. Is relatively close. These people like put them in a cart, snowmobile them to this factory, and then like the process just continues, and then like you live in a slash, like like a trailer park makeshift place, And so I read it and I'm like, it seemed really, really cool. And I was very interested in it. And I was like, man, like I would actually pay them $50,000 to let me do this. Now, the only reason why I didn't do it was, and trust me, I had no problem with the animal cruelty. I didn't give a fuck about that. I'm one of those people like, okay, like when it comes to like fur coats or whatever, how come like that's considered bad, but like, leather coats aren't? Like it's the same thing. Or like, whatever, like snakeskin boots is cool, but like that mink coat is horrible. Like it makes no sense. Like it's just so funny how Americans pick and choose like which one's bad. And I don't know, whatever. So like I really had no problem with that. But it's just at that time, 'cause at that time I'm like, I don't think I want to be around a bunch of other people who are okay with doing this, because it's gonna probably be all dudes, and it's like I'm doing it because it's fun, and they're probably doing it because they're like sadistic psychopaths. And so I just thought like my personality probably wouldn't click. Like I'd probably be like smashing the ceiling, like singing like say it'll be there by the Spice Girls, and like they're doing it and like pretending it's like their ex girlfriend or something. So I just thought mentally I'd be on a different level than these other people who are smashing baby seals for whatever. But once again, I had my reasons, and that's why I didn't do it. But I think now, if I can find that offer again, I would do it, because why not? There's probably no lockdown over there, and I forgot like where it was though. But I mean, obviously it's a place where it was snowing all the time. But anyway, I'll look it up, and like next vlog I'll give you the details about where the location was, because like if I do a little bit of research, like it'll spark my memory, because like this is something that I was offered. I mean, this was like 20 years ago, so I mean I'm not gonna remember all the details, but I mean I was very interested in doing it though. But anyway, that was random. Anyway, so yeah, so obviously I'm not going to a party this year. I don't have any friends, so there was no New Year's Eve party to go to. And also, just I'm still antisocial. I'm just still sick of people. So even if I did have friends, I wouldn't go, and I know that made no sense because I'm antisocial, so I wouldn't have any friends. So anyway, hell, I didn't even get booze to celebrate. Granted, I don't know, it's just another day. But with all of the, and also I hate going out now and seeing people in masks, because in every time I see someone wearing a mask, the first thing I think is, God, you're retarded. You're just so retarded. That's the first thing I think, and it's like I can't drink and then be around people that I'm thinking you're retarded, and then like I just start saying it out loud. I mean, and alcohol is not needed for me to say it out loud, but I would use it as an excuse. Like that's why I do like drinking, because like you can act like a jackass and say stuff, and people go, "Oh, he's drunk," even though I'm not drunk. That because it's happened so many times, or there have been times where I've just insulted someone, and they got mad, and I'm like, "Oh no, I'm drunk right now." They're like, "Oh, okay," which is I've done that so many times, which is half the reason why people think I have a drinking problem. I'm just a dick, and I just use that as an excuse. I mean, I've done it so many times too. I mean, like it'll be like it'll be like at a baby shower, and there's no alcohol there, and I'll like just start roasting some chick because she's fat, and then like someone would be like, "Hey," and I'll be like, "Oh, no, I'm drunk." They're like, "Oh, okay." But anyway, um, yeah. So the only thing I'm gonna be doing tonight is playing video games and playing more BattleTech. I love playing that, that game with the miniatures and the robots and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's really nothing else to do. I mean, I would, and if I did go out, the only place I would want to go out is Jocks or Dailies, because that bartender Vicky's there. But she's too busy with her alcoholic boyfriend. So one day, the only problem is like Vicky is I think she's like 50 now. I mean, cause she's like, yeah, she's got to be like 6 years older than me. That's too old. God, she's 50. Man, that's an old vagina. Never mind. Now I don't like her anymore. God, I'm fickle. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.